The snow is melting in the mountains, water's running down the hills, and those trails are drying out. It's mountain biking season again, and this time, something to make you more comfortable on those long rides. Hi, it's John, and welcome to Cycling on a Shoestring. Great to have you here. And before we get to today's review, as I'm doing on all my reviews from down here in my basement, putting one of my favorite records there over my shoulder, and today it is Close to the Edge by Yes. The title track alone worth the price of admission on that album. Now today we're going to talk about comfort on the bike, kind of a theme recently with me. You might have seen the video I did on the Physique Mystica saddle, the noseless saddle, a unique saddle, because I've been suffering from pain riding my road bike. Now that saddle didn't quite work out the way I wanted, but I thought it might be helpful to other people who were suffering from saddle pain. Today we're going to talk about comfort on the mountain bike. Now, I'm not sure if you're the same way as me, but the saddle on my mountain bike isn't as important as the one on my road bike. I could put anything on my mountain bike and I'd feel more comfortable. It's because of the riding position. You're up and down out of the saddle a lot more instead of spending hours upon hours just sitting on your seat when it comes to riding a road bike. But when I'm out mountain biking, underneath my mountain biking shorts, I like to wear something underneath, something padded. And that brings us to today's review of these Sook Sports. They call them cycling underwear. And these are padded. They were sent to me from Sook Sports, okay? So these were free. But I told them that I would do honest reviews of their products. If I don't like them, I'll let you know. If I do like them, I'll let you know. But I'll always, look at them from a standpoint of a cyclist. And if this is something you can get, particularly when it comes to cycling on a shoestring, these are about $27.99 American. So add the extra money on there for exchange rate if you're in Canada. So they're not all that expensive. They're looking pretty good so far, but I think we need to look at them close up. And this can't be a regular review on this channel if I don't go out and take them for a ride. So let's do that right now. Look at them up close, take them for a ride, and then we'll pass judgment on the Sook Sports cycling underwear here on Cycling on a Shoestring. Here's a look at the Sook Sports cycling underwear, and if you just look at them, they almost look like they're pinstripe, but they're not. It's kind of a ribbed type material, which is a little different than some other cycling shorts that I've got. We'll take a closer look at that in just a moment. These are made out of 69% nylon, 31% elastane. Let's start at the top, take a look at this band. And this is very similar to what you might find in a pair of men's underwear. I think it's a wider band, it's very stretchy, and just a reminder again, don't throw your gear into a hot dryer. Wash them and then let them sit and dry out. Just let them drip dry and they'll last a lot longer. Now, as far as the stitching goes on here, good quality stitching. I don't think you're gonna have any problems with that. I have had problems in the past with some cycling shorts when it comes to that stitching around the chamois. This is a zigzag type stitching here. It's a little different than what they've got on their regular road cycling shorts, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem at all. Now, as far as this material goes, check this out. This is really stretchy material, all four directions. It is really stretchy. It is different than other cycling shorts I've had. I'm gonna put them on just to show you what they look like in just a moment and how they fit when it comes to form-wise when I get them on. But it is really stretchy material. And if you look here, you see my thumb? See that? We'll take a look at that a little closer in just a moment. I've read some people's reviews of these shorts online. They make a comment, a lot of them, that I disagree with when it comes to these shorts. So we'll get to that in just a moment. At the bottom, along the cuff, maybe you can see that on there, kind of shiny a little bit of rubberized material there to keep them from sliding up when you're out on the bike. Now, as far as the length of these, I think they're a little bit longer on the leg than other shorts that are similar to these for the same purpose, but I don't think you're going to be able to tuck your leg warmers underneath them if you ride in cooler weather like I do here in the mountains. It's just something I like to do with leg warmers, but unfortunately I don't think these are going to be long enough, but very typical for mountain biking undershorts like this. Now, as far as this material goes, let me just give you a little demonstration here. I've heard people online saying that these are nice enough to wear on the outside and not wear as underwear. I disagree with that. Let me just show you the Sook Sports regular cycling shorts, okay? I've got this little light here. I've done this before, very bright light. And if you put this underneath the material, you can see those lights through there, okay? See that? Now let's compare it to these shorts over here. Now, there's a lot more light coming through these shorts. And I wouldn't suggest you wear these on the outside because I think there might be a modesty issue when it comes to wearing these. Have you ever ridden with somebody who's got very thin cycling shorts on? You get to know them a little bit too well. I've ridden behind some people where I've had like a permanent vertical smile looking at me when I'm riding in behind them on their bike. I think these are too thin to wear on the outside. I don't think you're going to be wanting to have people look through these. I can't say for sure. But they are thinner. They do have sort of a mesh-like feel, which are going to be great underneath your clothing because it's going to be cooler when you're riding. It'll help wick away that moisture from your body, which is why you wear something like this. But I don't think these are useful if you're going to wear them on the outside. These are underwear, not outerwear. Overall, I think they're a good quality pair of cycling shorts. I don't know what they feel like, but now let's take a look on the inside because as I often say, the chamois in a pair of cycling shorts, well, that's the heart of the short. When it comes to chamois and shorts like this, I find it's a little more minimalist. There's not quite as much chamois in them, and I think that's the right thing to do. When it comes to road cycling shorts, for instance, you find that chamois have gotten thicker over the years. They have more layers in them, and I think that's important when you're on a road bike, not necessarily when you're wearing a pair of underwear type shorts when you're mountain biking. Now you may be thinking, well, why not just wear your road cycling shorts underneath your mountain biking shorts? And you can do that. You can do whatever you want. I mean, fill your boots. That's perfectly fine. I often find that road cycling shorts feel a little bit too long. They stick out underneath my mountain biking shorts, and I feel these are more comfortable. I don't notice that I'm wearing underwear when it comes to this type of short. Now, as far as this chamois goes, it is different than the chamois in their road cycling shorts. I don't think it's quite as thick in the middle, and this kind of ramps up, and you can almost feel it sculpted along here. It's thinner here, it gets thicker, 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 until it gets to your sit bones right in this area, and this is the thickest part, and that's where you're going to be sitting on your saddle. And as you get down towards here, it gets thinner again, and then this piece at the front, right at the front of your saddle, where you're not going to be sitting on it as much, is rather thin. It's kind of a stretchy material as well, so it's going to feel comfortable. I can't really say right now if this is a great chamois. I think it'll do the job, but we're going to have to find out. We'll have to take it out on the road and give it a try. Just a quick look at them while they're on. I'll turn sideways because as much as I'm happy you're here, you don't need to know me all that well, okay? Anyway, just taking a look at them. They feel snug. They're comfortable. Go with your regular sizing. If you regularly wear XL cycling shorts, that's what I would suggest you do. Just buy those, and they'll fit you just fine. It is very stretchy material. These aren't going to be riding up. It does have that rubberized bit at the bottom, although this isn't as sticky as most rubberized shorts, but I don't think these are going to slide up. And as far as how the chamois feels like a regular chamois, a little thinner because this type of underwear is thinner than a regular pair of, say, road cycling shorts that have a very, very thick chamois in them. Overall, I think these are going to be just fine when it comes to riding my mountain bike, but I'm going to have to give them a try. Heading out on a ride to test out the Sook Sports cycling underwear, and so far they feel pretty comfortable. Got a couple of hours of riding in here, some urban mountain biking, and when I get back from this ride, we'll do a final wrap-up on this review on cycling on a shoestring. I just stopped while I was on my ride. I'm overlooking the Bow River here in Calgary. And just a little bit of an update for you when it comes to sizing with these shorts. Now, I've ridden about 7-8K, but something I've noticed so far, I find them to be a little bit tight in the thigh. And I actually think that when I put them on initially, it kind of squeezed my thigh a little bit, and I definitely feel that when I'm riding on my bike. I can feel it tight around my thigh, and I could use a little bit more space being a man, if you understand what I mean. So I'm thinking I got the sizing wrong with these shorts. With their regular cycling shorts, I ordered an XXL. I found them to be a little bit too big. These ones I got the XLs. I think I could probably go up to an XXL, so a double XL.
Now I do weigh 195 pounds, I'm 6'2", so I think if you're thinner than me, if you're under 190, down in the 180s, these will probably be all right with you if you've lost a little bit of weight or you're down in your weight and not as big as me. But for myself, I think they're a little bit tight around the thigh. Now, as far as the chamois goes so far, I think it's great chamois. They're very comfortable in the saddle, but I'll do a little bit more riding and we'll wrap this review up when I get back home. I'm back from my ride testing out the Sook Sports cycling underwear. And first off, I want to address the sizing issue. I've been thinking a lot about this as I was out riding. I mentioned earlier that they were a little bit tight in the thigh. I think that relaxed a little bit as I got farther into the ride. I did just shy of 30K today, so they do feel more comfortable around the thigh right now. But as far as the sizing for myself, I think I could have gone with one size larger. Now, if you're somebody who's thin, again, I'm 6'2", about 195. I think if you were 185, 180, I think these shorts would be fine for you. But for me, I need a little bit more room up front. And I don't think women will suffer quite so much as maybe I would, but I could use a little bit more room. Or maybe Sook Sports could adjust their sizing a little bit to provide a little more room for men, because, you know, you're wearing a pair of shorts over top another pair of shorts, those cycling underwear, and I find them a little bit constricting. Now, I certainly can use these shorts. They're not useless to me, but again, I think I could have probably gone a size larger, or they could adjust their sizing a little bit for men and give that room up front that we really need. Now, who are these shorts for? I think they're for mountain bikers. They've got a good chamois in them. I think it works good. I think it makes your ride more comfortable. If you're somebody who just rides a hybrid bicycle or a cruiser and you go around town, if you're going out riding, these will certainly come in handy. That extra padding will help out. And of course, the material will help because it'll wick moisture away, particularly on warm days. Now, I did mention earlier that these shorts are not for outside, and that's definitely not the case. I mean, I looked at them in a mirror earlier, and with the type of material these are, you definitely can see through them. You can see skin tone through the shorts, so they're not made for the outside. Overall, I think they're a good pair of shorts, and value for money, terrific. What, $27.99 American? About $35 if you look at the Canadian price. So it's a really good price, and I think they're well worth it if you want a little more comfort while you're riding. So thanks a lot for watching this. Now, what you can do now is if you go below and you look in the description, I'll have a link to Sook Sports, and if you go and buy something there, if you put Shoestring into the little box when you check out, you'll get an extra 10% off. And if you buy something, I get a little bit of money as well. Again, thanks very much for watching this video. Now, one other thing, I am on Instagram now. So if you go to Instagram, Cycling on a Shoestring, follow me there. I'll be posting videos and pictures of rides and things like that. And if you follow me, maybe I'll follow you back as well. If you got some great cycling shots, I'd like to see those. Now, as far as this video goes, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Ring that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time on Cycling on a Shoestring.